wrestling's biggest event of the year. Ricochet is all elite. The stakes are high for this one because the winner of this match will be able to choose the stipulation for the singles match at All Out.
There's only one option: Chicago Street Fight.
We're getting one of the biggest matches you could possibly get. We're getting MJF versus Will Ospreay Part 2.
The AEW American Championship hangs in the balance. He's got the knuckles. Wait a second. Who is that? Daniel Garcia!
You thought it was gonna be that easy? I won't feel fulfilled until I pick you up, drop you on your head, and break your neck.
Wembley Stadium wants the Tiger Driver.
It's time for me to lead AEW into a new generation.
The International Championship is back in AEW.
William! Don't you dare forget about the bastard.
Like so many others who came before me, Darby is unworthy of my TNT title. I buried Darby Allin. My future is to be the World Heavyweight Champion.
Bryan Danielson is somebody that has been a presence in professional wrestling. To imagine a world without him, it's tough. But if there's anybody that can retire Bryan Danielson, it is our AEW World Champion, Swerve Strickland.
Your title versus my career.
And the drama cascading over this epic facility.
Oh, wait, what? Going on to the right here. Hangman Adam Page.
You are not a champion. You are a piece of I want just you and I, like this began. You're gonna have to damn near kill me, because I will leave my soul in this ring. I love you. I will not retire as AEW champion. I am going to fight for this championship.
Brian, you don't know your future. But I know mine. To retire the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
Why is it that I hate Swerve Strickland? This man broke into my home. While my wife is asleep, he goes into my son's room and stands over his crib and talks to him. How would you feel? What kind of man would that make you? I got a call Saturday night that there would be a battle royal. As I do, I won, and they gave $50,000 to the Chicago Public Education Fund.
You doing charity now? You got a whole new contract extension. You don't have singles matches on Dynamite. You don't have singles promos on Dynamite. You've gotten comfortable.
That I've gotten comfortable with my spot here. At Wrestle Dream, it took Nana, it took his crowd, but you had me beat.
Hangman intervening, taking the crown away from Swerve.
And you crossed the threshold into my home. You stepped through the gates of hell.
You are forever indebted to me. It's your father's fault.
How would you feel about thousands of people around the world chanting his name when he comes to the ring after he did that to you? Swerve Strickland should not ever be the world champion while I am here. It's been 5 years. I gave them every damn thing that I had, and they chose him. You told me that now I must make a decision. A choice between hate and success. A choice between vengeance and peace. What kind of man would that make you?
Heartbreak is unfortunately a part of life. probably one of the worst things you can emotionally feel. And that's what Chris Statlander put me through.
Oh! What the hell? What do we just see? Statlander, what the hell are you doing?
For me to already be so low, having lost my title, the friendship is what I mourn most of all.
You thought you could have it all on your own, but you needed me this whole time. You would be nothing without me. We could have been legends together. We could have been something great. You know, Willow, it is truly going to be the funeral of this friendship.
Catch your breath. Hold your breath.
Willow Nightingale will be able to pick the stipulation for the match at All Out.
Chicago Street Fight.
You could have picked anything that you wanted, and you went with a street fight. You still care a little bit inside, don't you?
I valued Stat's friendship so much. I trusted her. I cared for her until Stokely came along, and now it's like she's a different person.
For the past few months, it's been the Willow Nightingale show. And guess what? At All Out, that show is gonna get canceled.
This is deeper than any friendship, deeper than any title. It's just gonna be you, me, and whatever our deepest and sickest thoughts come up with to tear each other apart.
Wild beyond compare. Willow Nightingale, Chris Statlander, the street fight.
Kristen, you've broken my heart. So at All Out, we're all gonna see what a heartless Willow Nightingale can do.
It would be unfair to try and pretend like Brian hasn't sacrificed everything for this.
There isn't any water, but I'm gonna try.
He's given his body, he's given his life. But at the end of the day, it's all paid off for him. It's all been worth something.
Jack Perry's really talented. And I haven't spent that much time around him, to be honest.
I hadn't been at AEW in quite some time, and I remember getting the news that Bryan Danielson would be ending his full-time wrestling career.
I see how he treats people.
That was one that was on the bucket list for me. That was a dream match of mine. That was someone I looked up to.
Seems a little bit like...
And I kicked myself because I thought the opportunity's gone. And then I said, you know what? That. Everything that's happened, that can't be put back in the box.
He seems to be a bit of an...
There isn't any water.
I wanted to one day be the greatest wrestler in the world. All I wanted to do was put on my underwear and be Jungle Boy and have everyone dance and sing around and all that. And I wanted them to love me. I started over. I built my way back up. I scratched and I clawed against all the adversity, against all the setbacks, just like I'd seen Brian do.
You know, they say you're not really a champion until you defend your championship.
Somebody like you could have helped me a lot, and you didn't.
He's a dangerous guy. He's a dangerous, bitter guy, and so I've got to bring my A game.
I got to keep going, because there's no going back.
I'm going to be ready to fight. I'm going to be ready to kick his head in.
Whatever passion I was going to fall into, I was going to be the best at that. I was going to work my ass off. One day, become successful enough to buy back this property.
Your childhood home.
As of last week, at All In Wembley Stadium in London, I signed my All Elite Wrestling contract extension. With that bonus money, I am now the proud owner of this new home, my childhood home, that eventually my kids and my kids' kids will grow up in, have new memories just like I did as a kid.
It's not always you that pays for your actions. It's your loved ones that do.
What a wonderful world it would have been had you never been born.
I'll be the first one to tell you I've done some horrible things.
I made noise by going out and doing. That's what's got me here.
It wasn't a thing about Hangman Page. It was Swerve versus the opportunity. It was Swerve versus the spot.
I told you for months and months and months.
Hangman Adam Page. Page has lost his mind.
There was nothing that I wanted more out of this life.
In that cage,
than to burn your world to the ground.
What kind of man are you going to be?
What more do I need from you? It's not about what I need, it's what needs to be done. Hangman, blood, violence, I've done it all. You've experienced it. Now, somebody's gonna have to stop me. Swerve's gonna be that man. To lay your career to rest.
A tale as old as time.
The Forgotten Bastard! Tell me, who's the #1 contender?
The Bastard Pack earning a shot at the International Championship.
Not Will Ospreay. He swans into Tony Khan's office and sanctions himself an international title match for Wembley Stadium. Constantly overlooked, manipulated, and treated like a bum. You'll never get rid of me, Tony Khan. I'm like a cockroach, an indestructible little bastard, always lurking in the underbelly.
At All In, do or die, there is nothing that is stopping me. I will get back my international championship.
Justice served tonight. The International Championship is back in AEW. And it's back where it belongs, with Will Ospreay. Celebrate your title with your countrymen. It's a great Wembley moment.
Wembley moment. Will Ospreay.
This is the line in the sand.
Oh my God!
I am taking back what's mine and reminding the entire world what the bastard is capable of.
Pack, the man that will challenge Ospreay at All Out.
William! Let this be a warning to you. Don't you dare forget about the bastard.
This is not only about restoring the International Championship, it's about restoring the feeling. And bruv, I am the feeling.
Make me feel something. I'm begging you. I dare you.
Who is the best wrestler in the world right now?
Whether you like it or not, I am going to drag this company into a new age.
Because I'm alive, ladies and gentlemen.
And doesn't it feel good to be alive?
The Forgotten Bastard!
A tale as old as time.
Danny, you remind me a whole lot of me, let's face it. These two New York pit bulls got a whole lot of bark and a whole lot of bite. So here's my pitch, Dan. Wembley Stadium, all in. You earned it.
Daniel Garcia is not bright.
This is your boy! This is your...
You really thought MJF was gonna give you a match at All In?
And I was trying to send him a message to stay down and to stay home. I was the most adored man in this sport, and they turned on me. Like that.
I broke my body for you! You discarded me for guys like Swerve and Okada and Will Ospreay.
I don't want that for Danny.
MJF, the American champion, attempting to fend off the challenge by Will Ospreay. Who is that? Daniel Garcia!
What Danny did was stuck his nose in my business. Because Danny doesn't realize the fact that all I've tried to do since day one is help him.
Daniel Garcia, you bum! I am going to end your life!
You know what's bad? Having your mother watch you get wheeled out in the stretcher. Ruining your life is all I think about. I won't feel fulfilled until I pick you up, drop you on your head, and break your neck. In Chicago, Illinois, MJF versus Daniel Garcia at All Out!
Unlike everybody else that pretends to love you, I love you, Danny, because I am trying to stop you from being hurt way more than the way I'm gonna hurt you. This match does not end until somebody's neck has been snapped.
You have woken up something in me that has been dormant for far too long.
These people, they don't care about you. And they never never will. And for that, you can thank me later.
I want this to be something not just memorable to the fans, but I want my run with the AEW World Championship to be memorable to me.
In front of over 50,000 people in Wembley Stadium. In front of my family, who got to sit front row. Finally, Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, is the AEW World Champion! When I got to the back, my daughter said, "Daddy, this was the best day of my life." And I knew it. That's the favorite moment of my entire career. But what's next? My contract expired on August 1st. I'm gonna be needing neck surgery sooner rather than later, and my family's ready for me to come home. It's probably time for me to go home. But not yet! I am going to fight for this championship!
Brian, you don't know your future. I had to create my own future. I went to Japan by myself. I started making enough buzz that eventually I turned up back in AEW. I did what I wanted, what I had to do. I joined the Elite. I punched Tony Khan. I got rid of Kenny Omega. I won the TNT title. I buried Darby Allin at Wembley Stadium. Anarchy in the Arena. The first time that I got to stand across the ring from Bryan Danielson. And at the end of it, I pinned him. My future is to be the World Heavyweight Champion. My future is to retire Bryan Danielson.
As soon as I lose this, my full-time career is over, but that's not gonna be anytime soon. At All Out, Jack Perry, you're gonna get your head kicked in.
All Out, 2021, Chicago, Illinois. I was there in the ring when the fairy tale began. Greatest wrestler to ever live joined AEW and took it to new heights. All Out, Chicago, Illinois, 2024. I will be there when it ends. This will be your final sacrifice, Brian. I'm gonna take your title. I'm gonna end your career. The future is mine.
This is the beginning of the end.
There has been one thing, one man that I wanted.
Whose house?
To take everything that I could from him.
You were the cornerstone of this company.
To leave him with nothing but the ash of his pride.
They helped build all this around you, and look what you've done.
But for that one man, there have been a dozen or more other dumbasses to get in my way, and justice delayed is justice denied.
You've gotten comfortable.
But look at me, and believe me when I tell you.
I'm coming for that spot
that I will have.
That you don't even want.
What I want.
It's not always you that pays for your actions. It's your loved ones that do. I feel sorry for you.
With every tirade and tantrum that you throw,
shows you how focused Hangman Page is regarding Swerve Strickland.
You get further and further away from success.
Hangman Adam Page, we have to suspend you.
Now get closer to it.
Swerve is your new champion.
Instead of trying to burn my world to the ground, your career's the one that's going up in flames, boy.
The actions of Hangman Adam Page calls into question the character of a man we thought we knew very well.
I'm not the Elite's man anymore, and I am going to win the Owen.
Hangman Adam Page is stunned.
You failed.
If you are in my way, I will run you over!
A shot at Swerve Strickland once again slipping through the hands of Hangman Adam Page.
There is nothing that I want more than to make his joy, his happiness, his hopes and dreams go up in smoke.
Burn his world to the ground.
Blood, violence, mangling bodies. I've done it all.
Show me. I challenged you. Show yourself. To remind the world what Cowboy
is all about.
You're in my world now.
How about we lock them out and we lock us in? All out. Steel cage match.
Walls 20 feet high. Steel surrounding us.
And there is no enemy more profound for Swerve Strickland.
I'm not trapped in there with you.
Then Hangman Adam Page.
You're trapped in there with me. The most dangerous man in AEW.
AEW.
So once again, I ask you a question.
You showed me
In that cage,
something
what kind of man are you going to be?
important to you.
Better yet, what kind of man you going to show your kids that you're going to be?
I gave them everything I had. They chose him.
Locked inside of a steel cage. I'm going to take what is left of you. I'm going to take your pride.
I am your judge.
I'm going to take your dignity.
I am your jury.
You will say goodbye to your health, your career, and your happiness.
And I am your executioner.
And you know what I want? Just you and I, like this began.
You get to say goodbye to Swerve's house.